The ripple effects of the back-to-back strikes between Israel and Iran were seen in the U.S. stock market today. As you can see, the Dow Jones plummeted more than 700 points. S&P 500 is down nearly 70 points, and the Nasdaq is down nearly 300 points. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us now. Kelly, good to see you as always. So why are these strikes between Iran and Israel concerning to U.S. investors?
I mean, the big word is uncertainty, because so many investors are thinking, is this going to stay a conflict between these two nations? Are other nations going to be brought into it? And I go back to when Russia attacked Ukraine back in, the sort of spring of 2022. And there was instability in the market for a number of weeks because people were wondering that same question. Was it going to be isolated to these two nations, or was it going to spread? Ultimately, it did calm down, and that's sort of what we're expecting. It's not like the markets fell off a cliff today. This was not one of those horrible days that we had going back to April with the changes in trade policy. But this was a lot of uncertainty. Though, if you were in defense and energy stocks today, you had a very good day.
It was a good day for energy and defense. But one sector particularly that's been impacted is oil, of course. At the start of our show, crude oil prices are up more than 7% from yesterday. How soon could the average consumer see the impact of the gas pump? At the gas pump, I should say.
Anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks. I actually just got off the phone with a gas analyst, and he said, look, you could see the impact in the next 48 hours, even in some places. And that's because energy prices, they flow through, or oil prices flow through to the gas pump very quickly. And this is something, again, that you go back to summer 22, you saw that. We saw gas reach above $5 a gallon. That was a record high. I was out in California. It was $7, $8, $9.
Yeah.
It was not good. But that was because oil reached over $100 a barrel. We are nowhere near that right now. We are seeing oil prices surge, but we're only at about mid-70s, so there's a long way to go. But you also think about not just the gas prices. When oil prices rise, so do diesel prices, and trucks run on diesel. And that's how you and I, we get our Amazon packages, we get our groceries. It flows through to everything. So this is going to be something that people are watching very closely, because inflation has been on a good track, but this could change that.
So many ancillary sectors rely on those oil prices staying down. So in other news, consumer sentiment rebounded in June. It marks the first improvement in 6 months. Have buyers gotten over their earlier tariff concerns?
Not completely, but this is actually some good news that got lost in today, so I'm glad we're talking about it. We had many months where we saw consumer sentiment plunge because of all of that trade uncertainty. Look, I read the report. People are still worried about their finances, inflation, but they are taking heart that some of these trade deals do seem like they are happening or are about to happen. That being said, this is a preliminary reading. We're going to get the full reading at the end of June. And you know what that's going to include? It's going to include today. It's going to include whatever happens with Iran and Israel. And geopolitical concern often will show up in how consumers feel.
Yep, it always does. Kelly O'Grady, we appreciate the analysis. Thank you.